I, I think we live. Hola, 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 hola. Again, I think we live. I I just don't think that I hear a little echo. Here we go. I I'm live. Thank you, Sue. I thought so. The video didn't go all the way through. It felt like, maybe it was like just start. How is everybody doing? Uh, Lizzie went to bed. So just me tonight, but welcome week 2, hashtag number 2 of Splish Splash Spring Bash. I am one of your hosts, Tia, Princess Tia of Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction. And then my co-host Lizzie, you guys will see her this Saturday if you attend our morning laughs. That is the show that we do every other Saturday. We just kind of get up, kind of wake you up with some crazy silliness and help you have something to craft too. We do talk about crafting. What else? But we also talk, about everyday happenings, which is what this show is about. Um, Getting you guys all caught up. What has this week been for me? The week has been crazy cool. I'm going to say cool. If you guys watch my sister, Honey Bunny, J Rob, DP Addiction Adventures, her family is here. Um, they having a great time, and I'm sure she'll be talking about it on her show. And I told her yesterday, I think it was, did you bring the cold weather out here with you? You guys know I love to know what the weather's like in your neck of the woods. Simply, maybe to, I don't want to say it like Lizzie say it. She say, because I'm not dealing with cooler temperatures and things like that, it's almost like a small brag. But I don't see it like that until it got cool this week. And I feel like Honey Bunny brought the cold weather with her. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it because what I've been noticing is my daughter is back sick. And I'm starting to feel some kind of way around the eye area. Had a little, something kind of strong in my throat. You know what that means. And she's a school teacher, a middle school teacher. So because she is around the petri dishes every day, she come home and she's liable to get sick, which is liable to get me sick. So we're going to get into it. Let's talk about it. But first, I want to know, what's the weather like in your neck of the woods? So if you're new here, please drop your weather down. I'm going to go back and I'm going to say hola, hola, hola to everybody that's come in. Hola, Marquita. How you doing tonight? Mud nuts in the house. Sorry if I don't chat much. Been not so good. Mental health for a few days for me and my family. Oh man. Her mom is starting to show signs of Alzheimer's/dementia. We think she's going to see a doctor Friday and he'll get more info. Well, you are going to definitely be in my thoughts, my prayers, and my well wishes. Hopefully everything, pans out. And she just may be tired, need to take a break. Um, you guys know my struggle from last year. And I was talking to a friend of mine. She's starting to sound a little bit like me. And I think it can be in all of us to where we just need to take a break. And we talked about a few weeks ago, right here on this show, how crafting of all sorts was a prescription all the time for me, but mostly diamond painting. That's got probably one of the top rated. Candle making was up there also. Suggestions from psychologists, therapists. So we gonna get into diamond painting, but also, just wishing everybody well wishes and that they're getting that relaxation, that peace of mind, that zen, that just kind of makes them get through their day, get through their week, get through the month. Okay, so you'll be in my thoughts. And Gail, how are you? Tammy, what's up, cuz? Linda. Every time I see her name, I always wonder, what's the weather like? I had to look up her address to send her a package. And so I'm well aware of where she resides. And I'm always like, dang, it's much colder there than it is here. So when I see her name, that's why y'all see me every week go crazy over her weather. Momo's in the house. Hi, Momo. How are you? You're at the store right now. Okay. Are you at a grocery store, or are you at like Target or Walmart? Everyone's saying hola. There's my Sule and Bonnie. How you been? Melinda. Melinda, you need to check with Tima. There might be a spot. Just saying. Um, and Shelzaba. Shelzaba is the other lady that's going with me. She's talking about road tripping in, which means we can road trip past you. We would have to road trip past you. So, check with Tima. All right. Tammy can hear me. Marquita, everyone say hello. Hola, Matt. How are you? Hello, Dawn. Dawn's in the house. All righty. I'm continuing on. I want to say hello, Julie. What's up, Julie? How you doing this evening? She said, happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh, that's so sweet. Now we're going to get to the weather. Matt said it's 50 here in PA. It was actually colder earlier today. Whew. It was 71 degrees today. Might be cold. It was like 60 something. I was on, and I said, "Did you bring the cold weather out here with you?" I was cold. I had to go out to the mailbox or something, and I was kind of cold, and I was like, "It's been 90, 99, 97. Why is it so cold?" But whenever y'all come and visit, Amy says, "Oh, hello, dear Princess Tia. Hola." Um, it's 40 in Jersey. Mary says it's 50s and sunny here in Ohio. Margaret, how you doing this evening, Margaret? 65 in my neck of Missouri. St. Louis, 67. Melinda says it's 68 in her part. See, that's about I want to say about 68. It was just cool. I know y'all been getting my weather updates and things, but it's crazy. 65 in northern Alabama, 55 in river flooding in Grand Rapids. Our home is dry and not near to the flooding. 15 foot above flood. Ooh, stage and crisis. Oh, well, we hope that it always stays, river flowing. It doesn't mount up and the tide never runs high. That's what we gonna hope for when you stay close to water. Also, you don't live near a mine, do you? That's the other question. As someone who works in insurance, I always wonder, are you in a floodgate area? Do you need earthquake insurance? Do you live near a mine and need mine subsidence insurance? A small amount of snow still on the ground. I heard I was talking to somebody, was it yesterday or Monday, that they were anticipating snow. It was Monday. They were anticipating snow, and it was supposed to have flurries throughout the week. In April, it is still snow flurries. Wow. And now that everybody's got their weather, what do you do more of in the winter than you do in the spring? So, and what caused this question to pop into my head was I was cooking. I noticed you've been cooking. Y'all very rarely hear me talking about cooking, because I'll go in there, I fix. That's what I do. I'm gonna go fix this. I'm gonna go fix that. But cooking it takes a different mindset. You know, you a pinch of this, a pinch of that, you adding some originality, you cooking, everything's fresh. You chopping vegetables, you humming while you doing it. Well, because you know it's coming out good, right? Other times you fix. I'm gonna fix me some a sandwich, you know. I'm gonna fix a bowl of cereal. I'm gonna fix me a quick snack. You know, that that doesn't give you the mindset that it's gonna be good. It's just gonna satisfy you. It's just gonna take care of the small bit of hunger that, you know, might be coming on before the headache and things like that. So since she brought the cold out here with her, I've been cooking, and I've noticed that cooler weather, colder weather, it doesn't get really cold here, but it's cold, definitely cold to me. Um, um, so I've been cooking. I mean, cooking, chopping vegetables and all of that. So that's where I want to go. I want to know, obviously, you know, there's more crafting and things like that. On top of there being more crafting, um, you know, you want to watch maybe a little bit more TV or something like that. So let me know, what are you guys doing a little bit more of in the winter than you do come spring? And obviously, you know, spring has sprung. Spring has sprung. So let me take it back to the chat and whew, tennis. Tennessee, -3, and we had snow this morning in Manitoba. Oh, I got friends in Manitoba. It seems so far. Like, obviously, I can go to Michigan and road trip into Ontario. You know, I think I asked Rhonda, she's like further north, and how far it would take to road trip into her from Lizzie. Then I asked CBR, and they make it sound like days and things. That's really far. That's very, very far. So, Tannis, I want to put you on the trip, you know, map, because you know I'm creating a map of when I get my RV, one of these days. This is my dream, and you guys is really helping me with it by supporting my Etsy store. You guys are showing me so much love, and I appreciate it so very much. So make sure you guys continue to come out, continue to support. I definitely appreciate it. But with that said, you know, that's why I like to know what the weather's like and what you guys, you know, do, like in the winter versus the spring and things like that. So when I come, you're on the map, and when I come, I can have an idea of some things that we can do together when I come and visit you. But I do have an actual map. It does go up into Alaska. So I do have a couple of friends in Russia, but they told me when I met them, get to know all of this now. Get to know all of this now, because we'll probably never be able to see you again. Like, what? I was taking my kids on a road trip adventure. They were little, and I couldn't afford to fly them everywhere. So we taking the bus, and we going from Ohio all the way out. Um, that was a great trip. But we met some girls who had flown into New York City, and we had family in Jersey. So we all leaving out at the same spot. And the only difference was we were getting off in Vegas, and they were going 3 more hours up the road to get off in LA. Long story short, they were from Russia, and their English was horrible. It was two beautiful young girls, and they were just finishing up college, and they were about to take state jobs. That's what they called them. They government jobs, though, in Russia. And because of the nature of their job, their travel is extremely limited once they take their position. So they were traveling for the next year before they took their position, and we were their U.S. Leg of their adventure. What an amazing adventure, by the way. If you guys ever get a chance to do something like that, put it on a bucket list. Put it on a bucket list. But they didn't speak hardly any English, and they was gorgeous girls. And I got my two kids, and we're getting off on certain stops and things like that. We're gonna stay. If they're not gonna be there for a few hours, then we'll take the next bus out or something like that, because I was trying to show them adventure and things like that. Long story short, these girls decided to do the same thing. They're going to follow us. We're going to all have fun. And, I'm trying my hardest because I didn't take Russian and I only knew a little. When I say a little bit, I meant just, it wasn't even a midge, the dash, you know. um, and so I was really trying to translate their broken English, and it was, like I said, horrible and things like that. But they were, they were so beautiful. And these guys that were on the bus at different points would be on their way to different schools that they were court ordered to maybe go to. So instead of going to jail or juvenile or something like that, court can order you to go to a uh, truck driving school, or this type of school, Job Corps or something like that. So we kept meeting as we went from town to town, different groups of men who were, going off to a dorm, and they were going to be in school. And we come to find out that it was a certain program that had put them, in lieu of doing something else, they could go to these truck driving schools and things. And so they were going through different CDL schools throughout as we crossed the United States. And they was giving away free, they had signs that said free hugs. And I'm like, I'll never forget, we were in St. Louis, and we leave. We're going to be there for, I think it was 6 hours or something like that. They leave walking. I'm walking around with my kids, and I'll never forget. They got these free hug signs, and I saw some miscreants. These were men who looked like they were up to no good, and they out here with these free hug signs. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I I had to follow them. Would you? That's one of the questions. Would you have gone that route also? Would you follow the girls, or would you be like, they about to learn a lesson, and kind of keep going? But I'm a mom, and I followed them. They got these free hug signs, and it looked like a little tavern or something they was heading past. And I go, and I remember I had to kind of snatch him up. Let's go, let's go. Come on up out of here. Y'all don't need to be in here giving away no free hugs. And what they gonna take more than that. This is not, Russia. And and they were like, what, real innocent. And I had to like really tell them they're going to try to do things to you. Don't offer free hugs. So uh it was so much fun though, teaching them. Their eyes got bigger and bigger. And I remember right before we were getting off in Vegas, they were on the phone with their moms, and their mom spoke better English than them, so they were a disappointment, in other words. But their mom literally said, thank you so much for looking out for our daughters. They told us everything that you were doing, coming and stopping them from going here. And we really appreciated you doing that. So I was like, oh. so when I tell you that I live for that feeling, that's why I have the dream buying myself a little craft trailer. It's gonna be called something cute though, because my truck is butterfly. So we're gonna have to, butterfly floats or something like. It's gonna be something cute. And trust me, when I get to your town, y'all gonna know who coming. I'll be like, uh-oh, Princess Tia is here. Your whole town probably gonna know. Because if I don't have on butterflies, y'all know I have on a crown. And so I usually stand out and I wear big, vibrant colors. So it's not like the only thing you're gonna wonder is is my hair gonna be straight, or if I'm gonna have my curls in. And it depends on the weather. The weather does dictate a lot. Usually, cooler weather, straighter hair. Hotter weather, which I was just about to do until Honey Bunny brought the cold. Hotter weather usually is curls. It's curls because it's quicker, it's easier. Just literally wash and then go. Um, and if you use an all-in-one, you could be real lazy. That's the other thing I like. I get to be lazy. So um just, but I feel a tinge of something coming on because she did bring the cold out here. And my daughter working in a middle school, she come home with germs and things like that. She has been sick 4 times since January. She come home Monday and she sneezed. I thought she coughed, and then right into a tissue. And I'm like, you coughing out mucus? Oh, goodness, you that sick? Yesterday when she got off, she got, how you have the humidifier and you got the Vicks vapor, and you doing the vapor into the air. I mean, everything. She that bad. And so she still went to work though. She still went around the kids. They passing it back and forth at this point. Oh, let me keep going. Melissa Wood is in the house. Phil and Gracie. Oh, they won last week. Let y'all know. See, it snowed in June before Michigan. Man, thank you, Matt, for the Tall Oaks link. Yes, I definitely eat more in the winter. She eats more in the winter. Hot coffee versus cold coffee consumption. It depends on the weather. Gail says, I bake more in the winter. In the summer, it heats the kitchen up too much. Okay. I diamond paint more in the winter. Look at Rochelle. Hi, Rochelle. Tammy says diamond paint. Melissa says more soups and hot cocoa. We are working on opening the pool now and getting it all clear and sparkly. I like that. Yeah, my pool is open all year, pretty much. Um, that's that's one thing I like to do. I don't know if Lizzie told you guys that, but I I like to say, "What you doing?" Well, it sounds cold. I'm on my way to the pool. I don't get in it much. I usually may dangle my legs or something like that, but I do like to tease her, especially if it's like January 3rd. I'm sorry. I'm being bad. I'm being bad tonight. That's because she went to sleep on me. Well, when you're headed from seeing Lizzie to see Rhonda, you can stop in Manitoba. I didn't realize that. Rhonda that far away? But Tanis, she on the list, so I'm gonna put you on the list also. I gotta go see Rhonda is a nut. If y'all ever get a chance to either go see Rhonda in Canada or meet her up at a retreat, she will have you crack. She's such a bundle of energy, but she will have you laughing so hard. So if you ever get a chance to meet her, she going to a retreat and you want to get out, kind of meet, some of the creators, have an opportunity, to really foster the friendships, definitely go see Rhonda. She's crazy. Matt says we need us a map diamond paint for RVers, like collecting stickers, but fill in the deep. Yeah, that's a good idea. And put a bling drill wherever you. Uh-oh. We gonna have, okay, y'all heard that here first. It's Matt's idea, but when I say we, Matt, you better put me on the request once we send this over to Rebecca. I bet you she could get that turned into a diamond painting. There is 2 ladies. One of them, definitely know, is going to be at the retreat I'm going to it's 2 weeks. Oh my God. It is. It's 2 weeks, I think. It's in April. It's in 2 weeks. Anyway, she does that. She travels and she'll park her RV nearby. She full times and she'll park her RV depending on which one it is. But a lot of times she stay right there at the retreat facility with us. And I do know she's going to be there. There's another lady that does that also. She does it, and I meet up with her when we go to the Texas retreat, the Lone Star retreat. But this is gonna be, it's gonna be a great way to introduce it. I asked her to put it on her rig. That was a good idea, Matt. Let's get that turned in. Amy says you could probably drive to Rhonda in Canada in 20 hours from Vegas, 30 hours to J. Rob's house in Michigan. It would be a scenic ride to see Rhonda. I definitely have Rhonda on the list, so I guess I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get to Tannis and CBR. Put them on the list also. I do know from some, van lifers, they're full life van lifers, but they're Canadian. And they've gone back and forth. I used to really be, I was probably looking for a way out. I used to really be into like van life videos and things before I found diamond painting. So like, I want to say around 2014, 20, yeah, about 2014 all the way up to 2018. I used to watch a lot of van life videos, but it was a thing in Canada and then became a bigger thing here. But that's where it started. They would have some beautiful scenery. So definitely want to get out there. Love seeing beautiful scenery. um Amy says, great idea about the DP community and travel stickers. Matt, what small shop can make those? CraftedandCrimeDaily.com. Y'all better get this idea over to her. She's not feeling well. But y'all heard it here first before anybody run and take it. I'm claiming it right now. Matt Smirachek and Princess Tia came up with an awesome idea. We gonna get this over to Rebecca. Wake her up. Somebody, Matt, reach out to her and wake her up. She'll get up for this. um, might be able to get a fast custom Mac. Look at him. He already then thought about it. Free hugs are a real thing. I have a male friend who gives hugs with the sign. They are a real thing, you know. They what did the girls say? They were suggestions on great conversation starters and things, and I will attest they are. But you got to be offering free hugs in the right environment. And they weren't in the right environment. Out in public, not behind, exactly free hugs. Not behind closed doors. That would be weird. Kayleen, how is the grandbaby doing? The craft cocoon. I like that. The craft cocoon. You're the same Tia on your channel as you are in person. Am I? Oh, that's good to know, Amy. Thank you. The craft cocoon is the place where Tia creates. This is a this is, oh, I love that. This beautiful as a butterfly at the pace of a caterpillar. I didn't read it all, but I still like the first half of the premise, Matt. But I do like that, the craft cocoon. In case you guys are wondering, I was saying that the goal of creating the pins has always been to help me to have money to get my RV. You guys know that I was able to change the dream from the pickup. I had a dream. I already had the pickup built and everything. And I ended up getting an SUV. The SUV, don't tell as much. I think I have 9,200 um towing capacity, which is still a lot. And then I do have a V8 on it, all-wheel drive. So I feel like I still did a great job. I did a great job of things. I got the tow vehicle. And so the next thing to do was to try and come up with a travel trailer so I could come and travel and see all of you. Anyway, I was saying I named my dream, vehicle Butterfly. And what I don't have a name yet for my trailer, but Matt, I'm stealing that also. Boy, you the man with the great ideas, the craft cocoon. I don't know about the moving at the pace of a caterpillar. I'm a little, just a midge slow, But I would say I'm moving at the pace of a butterfly. uh, Mudslides on Rhonda, not the thing. My autocorrect said. I was wondering where that came from. Uh, um, that's right. Mudslides on Rhonda. Uh, like a temperature chart, but for diamond painting friends. Exactly, Kayleen. I'm wanting that right now. I'm leaving Friday for the diamond painting at Sea Cruise. It'll be my first time meeting folks in the community in person. I can't wait. That is going to be so much fun. Melissa, you have got to blog about it. Make sure you get over to Pom Pal Pens and Friends and you can post pics and, give us all something to be excited about. That way, we can make it happen, us meeting up again. Now, if you guys didn't see, Matt did post the Tall Oaks. Tall Oaks is a retreat facility where you can meet up with people or you can ask creators and things like that. Hey, I want to meet up with you guys. How about we go to Tall Oaks on such and such a date? That is literally how the June trip came about. I've been missing Tima. I hadn't seen her. I still wanted to see Rhonda, Shelzaba, and a few other people. And so we decided, why don't we just all get together down at Tall Oaks? So Tima did post the dates and things, a 5-day retreat. And what? I can't wait. I can't wait to see who I want to come out, hang out with us and things like that. So it's going to be J Rob, Crashly's going. Now, Rebecca did say she wasn't going, but I want to talk to her and see if there's a way I can help her at least, make this trip. But she was going to go initially and things like that. Bling It Up is going to be there. That's Rochelle. So it's going to be a great time. Keep checking back because as we get closer to retreat, sometimes things happen and people aren't able to make it and a spot or two may open up. So that is why it's a good idea to check back. And I'm telling Melinda to kind of check back. Shelzaba talking about driving the whole way from Vegas. Um, I said, we're not flying. She, well, why can't we do a road trip? Like road trips are, I've only road tripped really with Rebecca. We go through things when we road trip. We talk about stuff we shouldn't be talking about, and then Rebecca blows past stop signs. Even when we be in the fields, like she can't see none of the traffic signs. We rode up through somebody's backyard one year. I'll never forget that. We riding. We couldn't see it was working on the road. It was working on the road, so it had dirted out, and then these were rural houses and things. So we were like maybe veering off. I'm not sure how we ended up, but we are at this point looking at and I said, how are we looking at the backs of houses? We was talking about some stuff we shouldn't have been. And when I'm with Rebecca, that usually happens. But I think that was the year. I'm gonna put this into y'all's head. I think that was the year me, her, and my son Prince had decided to do the 6-month online dating app challenge. All three of us had went on there. We were challenging ourselves to actually try online dating for 6 months, trying to meet people, and it felt like Rebecca Rebecca and I were, meeting different kinds of people. That's all. We were just talking about stuff, you know. We were talking about things, and we ended up behind people's houses looking up like what is going. It was construction and things like that going on, and people was coming out like, "What are y'all doing? The road is over there," and we were like, "We're trying to get to it." So um it's gonna be that kind of fun if I road trip with somebody, okay? But Shelzaba wants me to road trip in with her, and gotta be honest, pretty sure Texas. I mean, Vegas too. That's not even Texas. That's Missouri. Vegas to Missouri is probably 2 to 3 days, maybe longer than that. It's got to be a ways. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to drive straight through. That sounds like, you know me, I'm good at arriving. I just want to arrive. I want to just be like, we're here. We're here. But, you know, plus I listen to only Taylor Swift. So what if Shelzaba doesn't like Taylor Swift? What we going to do? That's why Rebecca is the perfect road trip partner. If you road trip, you got to have somebody that's perfect for you, your likes, your tastes, and things like that. So we're going to see. We're going to see. I'm trying to talk her into flying because I usually just arrive. That would be a great trip. And Tom, aw. Yeah, you guys are leaving out. I remember, is that the trip that Rachel Ray? I think Rachel Ray, is she going? Oh, that's gonna be a good. I think Care Bear was supposed to be going on that trip. It's gonna be some great fun to be had. Oh well, I almost landed the joke. Um, Maybe I missed it. My slides are right. Oh, okay, you're talking about that. I think you did. We made plans for you on my live tonight at Tall Oaks. Rhonda is bad, y'all. Thank you. I will update y'all. I cannot wait. Matt posted the link for you. He posted the link. So, Melissa, you can join that group and you can post links. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm looking at the laptop behind because I can't see the chat on this little screen right here. So I'm looking at a big screen. That's what happens when you turn 30. Rebecca's YouTube channel. There you go. Matt is on it. Hey, hey, hi, Rochelle. And 6 months was enough. 6 months is enough. Okay. Yes, Kara, Rachel Ray, Crashly. I did not realize Crashly was going. The last time I spoke to her, she was not feeling well. So, it's going to be a lot of fun to be had. Definitely a lot of fun to be had. I saw Rachel. She was taking pictures, and I think she was posting that she was leaving out. She was flying out or something like that. Was that yesterday or earlier today? And it's been a while. She got a package from me that's probably waiting for her. She said it's been a while since she's been here to the States. And I tried to get a package to her before she went back home. And I never, I never knew if it arrived in time or if they sent it over. But if they didn't, time to hit the Peloton, be back in 30 minutes. You do Peloton too? Whew. Rochelle is a bundle of energy. Oh, goodness. Alrighty, so we had what you're doing more of in the winter. A lot of people are doing just a lot more, crafting and things like that. What is it in the spring? She said, girl, yes. Y'all see these shoulders? Do they look like they've ever seen a Peloton? Like, I'm shocked they know what a Peloton is. There are quite a few creators going. Does anyone know how many they did have before the cruise total? Oh, I don't know. But I know it's gonna be fun. I went on the cross stitch cruise. Are you going to that with us, Roche? I think you are. Next year, the cross stitch cruise with Sweets. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Those sea days, Melissa. Sea days are so much fun because it's just a whole day full of crafting. And you don't have to feel guilty about nothing. We get up, be up there after breakfast, have a full day of laughing, crafting, and then you go shower and get ready for dinner. Oh, it's beautiful. And then after dinner, you go to an evening show. You got to go to a good show, though. Sometimes the shows, they fall short. They missed the mark. 5 days is max for me on a cruise. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Oh, so that means you're not going because this cruise is what, 12 days? It's long. I was like, I think it's 7 at sea days. So that's a long cruise. But laughing, crafting, and mudslides. Oh yeah, the drinks. Let me tell you, Matt, on the cruise, you pay your $550, but your roommate got to pay their 550 as well. That's the drink package. You get up to 14 drinks a day. 14. I don't even think I had 14 drinks across the week, but you get up to 14. That's per person. Per person. But how they do the drink package is the entire room had to sign up. So if you had two people, it's two drink packages. I don't know what they do if you have a room with kids in it. Don't know the total, but I do think more spots were opened up. I've cruised a lot with my family. No, it's Saturday through Thursday. Oh, that's not that should be a good one. How many sea days? Do you guys have any sea days? Um, Usually for those small ones, they like whoop, zoop, 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 26 knots. Whoop, we in Coco Cape. Zoop, we in the Bahamas. Zoop, we over here in Montego Bay. Zoop, back to the States. One sea day. Okay, well, not too bad. Not too bad. Y'all going one place? Where's it going to? That's not too bad though. One sea day. Um, on a 5-day cruise, I only want to have 2 sea days. But I think we got 7. We got quite a few. We had 4 or 5 sea days last year's cruise, and it was 7-day cruise. So this one is longer though. Cruising next week as well, a 16-day ship relocation from Mobile, Alabama to South America through the Panama Canal, then up the west coast of Mexico and the U.S. to Seattle. Oh, that sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. I've always wanted to do the Panama Canal. I have sailed all of the cruise lines except Alaskan and Virgin. So I would love, that's going to be beautiful. Oh, I haven't been on that one that you can live on also. My father wanted to go on that. They were booking them out 2 years in advance when they first started building that ship. And my father, I remember he wanted to buy one. He was somebody that had a timeshare here, had a timeshare there. He really was invested in his travel and things. And so he wanted to book place on there. I never forget. He was like, I'm trying to come up with the down payment. I'm like, chill out. Chill. The boat ain't even built yet. Um, 2 private islands and 1 day in Nassau. Oh, you're going to love Nassau. I've never been on a cruise, but my husband has. They so much fun, Melinda. You get up on that Lido deck and you be out there. You just got to make sure you know what decade they're doing. Okay, that's the only suggestion when it comes to the Lido deck. You want to go to 90s night and you wearing 60s gear. Okay, they will look at you weird. It's all with love, though. It is all with love. But cruising, it's a different beast. So just make sure you're wearing the right outfit for the right night. I would take one for 80s night, 60s night, 50s, and I think they do 90s also. I don't know what 90s gear is. Um but I think they do a 90s night, some boats also. So just something, ready to handle all of that, and you can't go wrong. It's a bucket list item for sure. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Maybe getting some suspiciously cheap diamond paintings in the straw market. That is crazy. We are having 80s night, and my DP friends have planned our outfits. Ooh, make sure somebody wear one of them lace gloves. Make sure somebody do some bobby socks with some, I would say 3-inch pumps, because we didn't wear them like 5-6 inches until the notch for whatever reason till mid to late 90s hit. And then, I remember seeing a girl in the early 2000s. I'm not gonna say her name, but she is a friend of mine on Facebook. That's why I'm not gonna say her name. And she had on 5 or 6-inch heels. She got fluffy shoulders just like me. I don't know why she was going that high. Cause when you go too high above your center of gravity, you know what happened naturally. Naturally. Anyway, she didn't study that part, fulcrum and all of that. When she was in school. So she got on these heels, was at work. She took the hardest tumble. And I felt everyone. Remember how I told y'all how long I felt when my other chair, the one that I just had replaced 2 weeks ago, when that chair like fell and crumpled in on me. There was a long fall. It was like like I was falling forever, you know. She came from a higher point. Whoo! Have y'all ever had one of these kind of falls? And I don't know what's worse. Y'all tell me. Put it in chat. What's worse? You actually falling and taking forever? Or you watching somebody fall, taking forever, and you trying to hold it in? You trying to show concern, but that's initially not what's on your face. I'm trying to be honest, you know, and y'all know I try and keep things positive and things, but that was so hard. Like she was like, boom, 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 boom. And I felt every shoulder impact. And I'm like, um, I'm having a human moment. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have thought back. That's what messing me up. I shouldn't have thought back. Whew. Thank you, Melinda. See, Tammy said the same thing. Whew, it is so much harder to watch the fall than it is to be. I mean, oh. Anyway, um, she posted on she posted on Facebook earlier this week, as if she doesn't even remember. That's another reason why she did the falling. So it's out of her mind, out of sight, out of mind, I guess. When she posted, she got a new pair of 5-inch, you know, and she sold the shoes and said she was going to be taking pictures with her fit of the day. Now, it's been about 20 years now. If your balance was off then, what is your balance going to be like? So I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. I'm check back in with y'all if I don't remind me. But I'm waiting to see. I ain't seen a picture yet. I'm wondering if she tried them on and didn't have good results like 20 years ago, you know. But we're gonna see. I just remembered that because she posted the shoes like she forgot. If I remember, you know, you got to remember. But I think she didn't remember because it's harder to watch all of that falling. Whew. Oh, so lots of cruise hacks on YouTube for what to pack to make things easier on board. There sure are. Now I will watch the cruise hacks, but you gonna see videos of what other people did on their cruises also. Girl, they be catching crazy stuff. Here was the even funnier part. My last year's cruise was on Carnival, right? It's a cross stitch cruise, and we are crafting. We having a good time. We laughing. We hitting all of the ports of call, and we are in this group for the very boat that we were on, and it had the date that our boat sailed. So we know that everybody in this group were also on this boat, right? And they posting stuff in the group that's supposedly happening while we on the boat. And I'm like, stop that. That's not stop. Are you serious? Come on. Not really. Is it? Maybe we should go. So, so I hope y'all have that kind of fun, Melissa. If my sister Crashly going, I'm gonna call her tomorrow. I'm gonna call her and bother her. But if my sister Crashly going, you gonna have fun whether you on a crazy boat or not. um, um, Tammy says, "What? Yeah, watching someone else fall, it would be harder to watch. Yes, it is. I fell on Friday. It was really rough. I'm still, I'm still limping also. But I think I need to, just go get it X-rayed and stuff. I don't want to hear anything about knee replacement and things like that. But it hurts. It swells up. It's like been swelling up and things. It wasn't a harsh fall. It was more, I felt like it was more embarrassing than anything. But I don't know. My leg my knee has, it started doing stuff it wasn't doing before. Like it definitely is swelling up. It took forever for the bruise to go away. I have that odd pain reacting that if in pain, I just laugh hysterically, and not laughing when someone else falls is near impossible. I'm either way. I don't know, Matt. I don't know. I can't. It's harder to watch. It is. I mean, you really are trying to be in control of a lot of stuff at that moment. You trying to show concern, but every noise, like falls aren't like graceful like they are on TV. They just not graceful. Oh, they sound like Lord help me. I forgot. I mean, like they are atrocious. And so watching somebody go through that, and then they got like weird poses doing it's a hard thing to do, to watch and not respond, chuckle, you know, especially if they not sounding like they dying. That's a different thing. If somebody sound like they dying and things, I can understand that. But she didn't. She sounded comical. Oh my goodness. you know she just kept hitting. And she act like she didn't remember. Like, oh, I would never ever. That's one thing you're not gonna see me doing, is kind of posting the culprits. She posted the culprits. um, and here was the worst part. I did message her and I said, "Remember that time when you fell wearing?" That's kind of a Matt thing to do, huh? Amy, it depends on the cruise. My cruise next week is Carnival, but I don't expect a lot of riffraff on a 16-day one-way cruise. Um, will be more like a nursing home. Oh, it's Carnival though, girl. It's Carnival. That's where you gonna see most of them online videos coming from. Carnival. I wonder if we can watch along. Some cruise lines you can, yes, they do have deck cameras, which I think makes it fun. But they show the deck camera on the Lido deck as well, so you could see like the other side or something like that, or you could see yourself acting a fool, like the camera catching all of that. So they have that. It shows on TV. So if you don't feel like going upstairs, but you just want to know what is going on, just turn on your TV. Like, look at them acting up there on the Lido deck. So we upgrade. Did you upgrade? Oh, I don't think Rochelle said she's going. We upgraded. I think we're gonna be up there. I can't remember what floor, but she gave us the floor. I want to say it's like 4 or something. Like, it's real high up. We had to pay extra money for that. I'll be giving up along. I told y'all I'm trying not to lose my Egypt trip. Oh, I got a question for the travelers out there. Everybody, can rein in though. Um, my son went to get his passport the other day. I'm trying to go to Egypt in October. And he was told that he has to like he's renewing. He has to I forget, but he doesn't think he'll be able to go. He has to have his renewal in 6 months before he arrives, because if you get it renewed and it's less than 6 month time, then the country can refuse entry or something like that. I can't remember what they said, but basically your renewal has to have been completed before 6 months before your arrival date. Can anybody rein in on that? Kind of let me know. Because if so, I can't go to Egypt. Even if I bought my renewal today, I hadn't bought it. I was gonna do it after I came back from the June retreat. But clearly, Egypt will be off the table if that is true. I fell on vacation over a week ago. Oh, Melinda, and slipped on the landing. Oh, rolled my ankle, skinned my knee, and having to wear an ankle bracelet. Oh, Melinda, you know I'm an empath. Oh, when people describe their pain, I don't know why, but I can feel it. Oh, why is that? I know I've heard it's psychological. I know. But oh, it feels real. It feels like I hurt myself also. Now, I'm hoping that my skin doesn't, my knee doesn't get skinned up. I've never, I want to say I've never seen, physical aspects of, me feeling empathy pains, but I have seen like what I thought was bruising and things like that. Could be from me rubbing the area too much. Nothing, telekinetic, but whew, that sounds so painful. Enjoy the trip, Margaret. Going through the Panama Canal would be awesome to experience. Man, that sounds amazing. I wouldn't be able to get Butterfly on that boat unless they, let me ferry her. But I just have to make sure she had great pictures when I came back. Crocs have a great rollover rating. Matt, y'all see what he just did? He hurting me to my core. Y'all know I got a croc addiction. So that's why I don't wear the platforms everywhere. I wear them in sport mode a lot. So do skimpy sandals, Matt, as I surely. Okay. Rhonda says, gotta run. Have a great remainder of your time with beautiful Princess Tia. Thank you so much for coming, Rhonda. Amy says, Tia, wear knee pads under your dress the next time you fly in case of, oh my goodness, she talking about my trip in to see Rebecca. Lord, the plane, oh my goodness. You are absolutely right. I should definitely have on knee pads. I should have on thigh pads. I should have on tibia pads, Humorous. What is this? Oh no, I should have on all of that. Ride was so bumpy. It exhausted me so much. I never forget. I was laying in their lazy boy chair and I couldn't move. I mean, it hurt literally. I couldn't move, but I had to because I had to go to the bathroom and I couldn't move. And I tried so hard. I had to use my arms, which were all, and to move one leg over and then the other leg over. And then I had to rock to get up. And I was in so much pain. So I go use the restroom and I come back. And this time I didn't put my legs up because I didn't want to have to go through that again. So I'm sitting up in the recliner and I'm sit kind of at an angle. And I look down and I see bruising on my legs. And I'm like, oh my, it wasn't light. It was like big, large areas and things. If y'all heard that story, that was the pilot talking about, sorry, looks like we were going to overrun the, what do they call it? He said, looked like we were going to overrun the landing strip. So we had to put the bird back up in the air. Do you know how many people wanted to kind of rush the, when the plane finally landed, because we had to overshoot and we had to put the plane back up in the air, circle, and then come back around. um when we were coming down on, I remember the first time I was like, oh my goodness, we about to die, because nose was down way too deep. And you guys know, as much as I fly, I could feel it. Um, he sounded like he had been enjoying some spirits, but I didn't want to put that in the air and things like that. He would not come out of that room once that plane landed, though. No, he did not. So they had all, how some will stay in the back, some of the flight attendants will be in the middle near the exit, and then the rest will be all of them were in the front, and they had this L form, so nobody could get past them as they were leaving because everybody wanted to talk to that pilot. And he had said something over the loudspeaker like, if you have questions or concerns, you can reach out to us. And he literally sounded like he didn't want to say the or concerns. So lots of fun. Margaret says, in cruise world, you can't travel with a passport that expires in the next 6 months in case there's a war or a takeover or something. That's all I've heard about passports in 6 months. So I know something about that. I don't know if you get it renewed. That's the question. Like, if I go out and get it renewed tomorrow, since the trip to Egypt is in, 6 months, we're within 6 months of the trip to Egypt. Would I'm hearing different things. I'm hearing, nope, they won't let you in the country. They reserve the right, and the airline has to just put you back on the plane and send you back. I don't want to go all the way to Egypt and then can't enter Egypt. That is not worth it. So actually, the travel agent that is helping us put the trip together, she's trying to look into it. We sent her an email earlier because my son, when he went to the passport office to get his, that's something that he had. They asked him. And so ask a travel agent. That's a good idea. I'm going to ask Sweets in them. Yes, that's true. You got to have at least 6 months before you go. That's what I'm guessing, Marquita. And I feel like the wording of how you said it, at least 6, yeah, after the renewal. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, because if I renew it now, that's what I got to ask you, right, Linda? You're right. Ask a travel agent. It might depend on the country, because when we went to the Dominican Republic, one of our party had only renewed his a few weeks prior, and it was okay for that country. All right. So y'all know I'm a traveler, okay? And I travel about 4, maybe 5 times. I don't go as much as Rochelle, but I go, mine is all fun related. Like, I don't do a lot of family or work related, trips and stuff. So I do need to know that, I do need to know that. But I use my passport. That way I don't lose my ID and things like that. They be here waiting on me when I come back. The only time I take my ID is if I know I'm going to be renting a car, and I have 2. I have one that I can afford to just let go. I told them I lost it. They printed me up a duplicate. So I got 2. One that I could travel with, but I tried not to. Um, I think I look old enough to drink. Uh, although I don't get to drink much when I do go, because my friends keep the alcohol from me. Like Rhonda, she don't share at all, but she will indulge right in front of me. And Lizzie, she's the bestie, but same thing, same thing, same thing. So, with that said, hopefully you guys have had a lot of fun. I know that you guys are all participating. I'm trying to get everything going. You guys are all participating. If not, hopefully you will start to participate. But let's see. Sorry, I was getting it ready. So you guys know this is hashtag Splish Splash Spring Bash. I'm not trying to get any copyright, so I'm not gonna sing the song. But if you're here, obviously, you guys have an opportunity to win. This is Splish Splash Spring Bash. Splish Splash Spring Bash. It's one of my pins. Obviously, that's the pin for the actual collab. I'm doing something wrong. Here we go. So if you guys are interested, since you're here while you guys are typing in your hashtag, I'm shameless plug. I always have to have a shameless plug because I got a travel trailer to try and buy. And that's the only place the money is coming from is my pins. In case you guys, this right here, this is Tiffany Sanded Coral Beaches. Okay. I'm hoping that you guys can see the sand, coral. This is supposed to be like the beach water as it's hitting. It's like frothy water. Anyway, that was the purpose. I'm trying to be creative in my thought process. Mermaid's Kiss. You guys are seeing different pins tonight because y'all don't look at these pins. Y'all only look at Antique Romance. Antique Romance. Everybody love Antique Romance. Okay, sparkle all the way. Sparkle all the way. The pin matches my butterfly. Thank you. This is Butterfly's Delight. Somebody did ask me about when I was getting, I haven't gotten it up on the site. It will be going up, but I'm slow. Oh, it do match my butterflies. It sure do. Anyway, that was not done on purpose, but look at me. Look how stylish I am. This is the pin that you guys will be trying to win. So that's why I'm showing it. Because it's the pin you'll be winning. Hold on. There we go. I thought I had put that in there. I hadn't. I'm over here shamelessly plugging, but incorrectly. Is Splish Splash on Etsy yet? Not yet. It must have been Julie that asked about it. I knew it was someone I received a message from. I'm behind. I'm definitely behind. There's no reason either. I've just been lazy. I'm so lazy lately. I don't know what it is. Maybe because my leg keeps swelling up, so I don't feel like doing any. It's a lot. I know I told you guys before, I'm on the other side of my home, here in my craft lab. And because I'm on the other side of my home, one of the things I have to do is I have to walk from my bedroom over here. No problems, no worries, none at all. But ever since I fell in that chair, I think getting up and then, it just hurts. It hurts. So, I don't try to get up as much and I sit too long maybe. And when I try to get up again, it hurt worse than if I just gotten up a few minutes. So I think that's the cycle, I guess, that I'm in right now, instead of just going to the doctor. But I feel like if I go to the doctor, they always find stuff, and I feel like now that I'm the big 3-0, they finding a whole lot more stuff. I'm tired of them finding stuff. I just stop finding stuff. And how do you get the doctor to stop finding stuff? You stop going to the doctor. So I'm suffering unnecessarily. But I wanted to go up because I want people to say, I don't want to wait and try and win it. I'm going to buy it. That would be ideal. especially since I'm trying to get an RV. And I still haven't decided yet. Am I going to go with an RV or I'm going to go with a cargo trailer and kind of build it out? I'm leaning a little more towards the cargo trailer simply because I have a layout in mind to where I could have, you guys know how I feel about like these separate, you know, stations. I'm at my diamond painting station right now. I have a clay station. I have a productivity station. I just got a mail station. I'm trying to, kind of get that area fixed up and things like that. And that's also going to be like my stationary station and stuff. It's going to be two different, sides of the desk and stuff. But I'm having a good time with, how it's getting set up. But I'm being realistic in that I know my kids aren't going to be with me forever. And I talk a lot about, having my plan for when they do, ready themselves to move into their path and things. And that for me is going to be, full time on the road living and things. And, that's why I plan to come and see all of you, plug up, charge, and then keep it going. But because of that, I got to fund the dream, got to fund it. And the best way to fund it is through creativity and stuff because it costs me nothing to try to use my thoughts and, my imagination and to try and come up with a way. There's a lot of turnkey programs, in this world. And you got to purchase them, you got to have an upfront cost and things like that. And you got to worry about the ROI, which is the return on your investment. And when you use creativity, you don't have to worry about that. Your return on investment is that you got to do the things or enjoy the things that you created that business or that entity for. So I appreciate that you guys are checking out Pom Pow Pens and you guys are continuing to enjoy your purchases and things like that. I am a sponsor of a few events and things like that. So you might have noticed that there was an update on my I think I mentioned this last week, but because I mentioned it for April Fool's Day, I think what I'm gonna do is make sure you guys are aware. If you purchased, the time has gone from 2 weeks to 3 weeks for the custom made. Not because it takes longer to make, but mostly because obviously, if I'm gonna sponsor this retreat and I'm sponsoring that event, I want to make sure I'm including fair time, especially in that, it gets me more promotion and things like that. So when I sponsor a retreat, gets me a little bit more promotion. I appreciate when they ask and things like that because they get your name on swag and gear and pamphlets and websites and things like that. And so it's very helpful. So I figured I would at least build that in. Hola, Denise. How you doing tonight? Hey, Heather. How are you? You guys missed a great show. We had some fun tonight. I was being a little bit crazy and stuff, missing Lizzie. um, but other than that, I appreciate all the love. That's where my love is going towards, travel and the fact that I want to get my little cargo trailer, get it all decked out so I come to a town near you and we can have a ton of fun. A ton of fun crafting. And my craft cocoon that was donated by Matt, and I think I'm gonna steal it. I call my tow vehicle Butterfly. And I hadn't come up with a name yet to kind of give life to my cargo trailer. But he said something that I think was amazing. I don't like his reasoning. He said because it's gonna go slow, you know. I plan to be a little bit faster than that. I'm going to move he said I was going to be moving at the pace of a caterpillar. I said, I think I'm going to be floating at the pace of a butterfly. But I get where he was going for, cocoon, caterpillar, butterfly. I get that. That's really cute though. It was really cute. And what a way for it to flow. Go ahead, Matt. you know, his brain works a little bit faster than mine sometimes. You know, he came up with it just a hair before I came up with it. I'm sure that would have on the tip of my tongue. Um, the Dakota-thon, thank you for bringing up that. I am a sponsor of the Dakota-thon event. So make sure that you guys kind of head on over. Make sure you sign up for the group, get your pictures in. That runs from April 1st through the end of May. And again, if you want to bypass and not see if you can win, you want to shop, you can use code Dakota26. That is a universal code that all of the sponsors have up on their site. Whether you're participating or not, go ahead and use Dakota26 on Pom Pal Pens and Friends, my Etsy store, so that you could save on your purchase as well. I'm on a bit of a roll today. You are more than a roll today. Boy, you making us some money. Now, let's get this proposal together. Let's get it over to Crafting and Crime Daily. I hope you bothered her. I'm telling you, I know she don't feel well, but I think if you got that idea to her and we roll it out, she gonna love it. So let's let her sleep and then hit her up in the morning, I guess. Are you guys ready? If you are, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this so that I can. Hold on one second. Here we go. And if you haven't and you want a chance to win a Pom Pal pen, the Splish Splash Spring Bash pen, make sure you hurry up and you get your hashtag travel in. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Heather, you won a, I put the book away. I put it over there. Heather won a Splish Splash Spring Bash. I know you don't have it because I haven't put it on the site yet. Pen. Everybody, let's give Heather a round of congratulations. Yes. All right. Congratulations, Heather. I like that. All righty. Well, with that said, I'm going to thank you guys all for coming out, hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate that. Had a good time. And don't forget, Saturday is our morning laughs with me and Lizzie. Make sure you guys tune in. You can catch it on either Lizzie's channel or you could catch it on my channel. Not sure which, you are subscribed to, but I appreciate it. I know this is running simultaneously on both of our channels. You guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you. Bye.